Okay, today is the last day of my ancient puss boy reprieve. I'm just building up to a heavy single in the front squat, and I'm showing you the whole thing. I make small jumps. The whole workout took me under 20 minutes. It might even have been 15 minutes. I'm just building up, that's it. I did my burpees, I jumped some rope, I warmed up, but otherwise that's all I'm doing. Weirdly, I feel compelled to talk about the new Mars Volta album. I don't know if any of you are Mars Volta fans. I'm certain at least one of you is, but I don't know if this is the sort of thing that you want to talk about or why, but I really want to talk about it because this whole workout I was listening to it, and God, it is just haunting and beautiful. But more than that, because a lot of their music's that way, a lot of music in general's that way. So what? Well, the whole new album is a cover of their last album that they published almost exactly a year ago. And that album, in my opinion only, was not good. It was not a good Mars Volta album. Like, there's some good tunes on there, but overall it was weirdly poppy, weirdly synth, and it didn't land for me, Like I said just a second ago, there were some real good songs on it, but just stylistically I found it obnoxious and borderline unlistenable, although I did listen through the whole thing once. This new album came out on my birthday, April 21st, and my streaming service, I use the YouTube, said, "Hey man, you like the Mars Volta? First of all, happy birthday. Second, here's a new Mars Volta album. Look what we did for you for your birthday." And I was like, ugh, I'm not listening to it. I was that burned. I'll listen to it eventually, but I'm not listening to it right now. A week went by, or I guess a work week. 5 days went by, and I finally broke. I started listening to it. It's acoustic, hand drums, piano, guitar, just that voice. Rodriguez, just singing from his soul, just tearing his soul out of his body on these songs. And while I'm listening to it, I'm like, Jesus, these songs sound weirdly familiar. But I can't place from where. And like, he can't be covering someone else's songs, or maybe he covered one song. I don't know. That's not very Mars Volta-like, but all right. Well, come to find out after doing a little digging that it's what it is. It's a cover album of their last album. Every single song completely recontextualized, completely reimagined. And this is not a music review. This is like, I'm trying to tie this into a life lesson. I don't exactly know where I'm going with it, so please bear with me just for a second. But like, how do you change the past without changing the past, without magic or sci-fi technology, without traveling back in time, or I don't know, weird shit? Like, is it possible to change the past? And yes, it is. You can recontextualize and reimagine your experiences. And what might that process look like? Well, the first part of it might be that you have to do it again. It might be that you have to put your feet in those positions one more time and see it as it really is, not how you experienced it the first time. To allow what time has done to you, the changes that you went through, to enrich and enliven the experience in a new way. I think somewhat loosely, this is what cognitive behavioral therapy does, and I am not a therapist or an expert on that. so I don't want to like overstate that point. But like if you were trying to shed a phobia, you do that via exposure. That's the best, really the only way, you know? You have to take manageable doses of the thing that traumatized you until it no longer traumatizes you. But it's more sophisticated than that too, though, isn't it? Like, you have to go to that point of anxiety and panic and dread. And then you have to stay there. And you have to allow yourself to de-escalate. It's a beautiful album. It's an absolutely beautiful album. And I'm not suggesting that they did CBT on themselves by covering their own music. That would be an absurd claim. But it made me think those thoughts. It made me think like the ghosts of the past, the things we've done that haunt us. They don't have to just be a cross that we bear forever, you know? That they can be recontextualized, they can be reimagined, and they can change. That you can essentially time travel. Because ultimately the timeline exists in your mind. And that you can affect anything that exists in your mind. You know? You can't change actions on the ground. But you can change how your mind runs that script. And this isn't an act of self-deception. That's healing. That's how you heal, I think. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't know everything there is to know about this. If I've grossly overstated or understated this, please forgive me. And if you like the Mars Volta, listen to that album, man. Listen to it. I'm going to make a playlist. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a playlist and I'm going to put each song back to back on it. So song 1 of the old album, song 1 of the new album, song 2, song 2, song 3, song 3, song 4, song 4. And I'm just going to make it public and you can link to it and hear it. It's amazing. And I'm going to do that today. And I just now decided this while I'm recording my voiceover. I'm going to fucking do this project today and I will have it for you tomorrow. And it is an experience. It is such an experience. But also, you don't need me to do that. You could just pull up your streaming service and listen to one and then listen to the other and then compare and contrast. If you're a music lover, I think you'll get a lot out of that, like for real. There are a couple songs that are so wildly different. Graveyard Love comes to mind. That I think between those two songs exists almost every song that's ever been written. You know, it's one of those like bookend pieces. Hey, that's it, team. Sorry if it was obnoxious for me to rant about the Mars Volta. I know not everyone likes prog rock, or for that matter, I tend to go on and on about Tom Waits and death metal too, so you know it might not be why you're here, and I get that. I love you guys. Be good to each other out there. I got a long day of work ahead of me, so I'm going to try real hard to do the same. And I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to lift like a proper person again. I'm all healed up. I feel good, honestly. I could have started today, but I just didn't want to. But tomorrow, no choices. Back at it. I am going to split my workout. I'm going to do my breath work and cardio and movement in the morning. And I'm going to do my heavy lifting in the afternoon and evening. My schedule will allow that. So I'm going to take advantage of it. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, okay? Oh, I'm starting Candido again, too. I just missed Candido, man, and I really feel bad that I didn't finish it. So let's get on that. Okay, I'll talk to you tomorrow.